Afternoon, YouTube. Yes, it's me, and I am back again. This video, it's not going to last very long, so I'll try not to bore you too much. It's another video about a saw, but this is a saw with a difference. This saw was given to me by a man I used to work with about 12 or 13 years ago. Now, I don't want to embarrass him, so I won't mention his name. But if he watches this, or sees it, or someone tells him about it, he will definitely recognise this saw because he made it. I can't claim to have made it because I didn't. And we both worked in the same department in a shop fitters, which has gone bankrupt about 3 times, but still keeps managing to lurch ever onward. Now, as I say, he made this, and in the particular department that we both worked in, which was veneer shop number 2. So if anybody is watching and that name rings a bell, they probably guess who I am. And they might even have seen this saw. But anyway, back to the saw. We used to use this saw for general wood cutting use, just as a knockabout, rough, everyday item. And I always admired it. And when I got made redundant, he actually gave it to me. And to say I was over the moon would be an understatement. But anyway, let's get down to it and see what it is. It's a little bit awkward, one-handed. I'd just like to point out, I made the sheath just out of a bit of scrap leather that I had. It's very rough and ready, as you can see. It's done up with cobbler's waxed twine, and it has a hole in the bottom, as you can see there, which is in the same position as the hole in the bottom of the saw. And all that is for is I can put a piece of thong through and tie it off, and it locks the saw in the sheath, stops it coming out, which it won't do unless you invert it because it's quite long. But anyway, enough of the sheath, back to the saw. Now, the saw itself, the blade, is made from an old metal bandsaw blade. Now, the teeth are forward facing, not the sort of reverse cut Japanese style, which I would have preferred, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, and I love this saw for what it is anyway. As I say, that's the hole in the end that I tie off with the thong to keep it in, and the length of the blade is 14 inches, which is quite a good length, and it's quite practical. Now, the thickness of the blade is 2 millimeters, which is thick enough to stop it bending, even though you are cutting forward with it. Now, the handle is a lovely piece of mahogany that we sourced at work because we had loads of different woods, and it was about the cheapest wood that we had, which will give you some idea of the classy woods that we had. Now, it's one piece with a slit cut in the middle, about 2/3 of the length, and it's just epoxy resined on. There are no rivets or anything like that, and it's just sort of sanded. I've sanded it and oiled it up 2 or 3 times, and there is a lanyard hole in the end there. I haven't got lanyard in it, but I mean, that'd be a 2-minute job to make one. So that is my sort of bushcraft saw. As I say, I didn't make it, and I'm forever in debt to the man who did and gave it me, because I'd always admired it, and I never dreamt that I'd actually own it. And the last 12 or 13 years, it's performed faultlessly. In fact, I even cut a marble worktop with it, unbelievably, but it is true. But anyway, I said I'd try and keep it quick, and I've rather overrun into time. So if you have any comments, they will be gratefully received. Please feel free to leave them in the comments box. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye.